Boogeyman Ben.
Hey everyone, it's Boogeyman Ben. Hope everyone's doing well and everyone's having a great evening. Today's video is going to be on another DVD movie review. A couple weeks back, maybe more than a couple weeks back, but I did a review of Wolf Creek 2. At that time I had just watched it on demand, and I hadn't seen the original. I mentioned I hadn't seen the original Wolf Creek in some time, probably at least 6 years, because Wolf Creek, I think the original Wolf Creek came out in 2005, and it wasn't a movie I saw in the theaters. It was one I happened to catch on HBO, probably back in 2007, 2008, and it was a film I watched once. It disturbed the hell out of me. And I kind of just, it just, wasn't one that I revisited. I heard there was a Wolf Creek 2 being made, and I was curious to see, what they were going to do for a sequel. And a friend of mine who lives in Australia, Andrew, he had done a review of Wolf Creek 2, said it was really good. So that let me think, well, it might be interesting to check it out and pick it up. So I watched it on demand and really loved Wolf Creek 2, and thought it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. It was disturbing, but it was also very fast-paced and tension, and reminded me of movies like Duel and Breakdown, and where, just there was some really cool elements where the Mick Taylor character is after the main protagonist in this, and it was so much tension. I just loved it. And picking this one up, I was like, well, I need to watch the first one again. So today I will be reviewing the original Wolf Creek. I found this at Rasputin's for a really good price, and I was having a hard time finding it for a while, and luckily I checked their discount bin and was able to find a copy for $3. So it is previously viewed, but I was able to get it, and I watched it, and I'm actually really excited to share my thoughts on the film. So I hope everyone looks forward to my review of the original Wolf Creek. Please stay tuned. With stranded backpackers in remote Australia fall prey to a murderous bushman who offers to fix their car, then takes them captive. The film stars Nathan Phillips as Ben Mitchell, Cassandra Magrath as Liz Hunter, Kesty Morassi as Christy Earle, and John Jarratt as Mick Taylor. The movie was written and directed by Greg McLean. To say that Wolf Creek is a disturbing film would be an understatement. It's a slow-building film. You get to know the three main kids early in the proceedings, as opposed to the sequel where the Mick Taylor character is shown right at the beginning of the film. So you get to know these kids. You know that they're, just backpacking, and they want to go explore the Wolf Creek crater and everything. So that was really the strength of the film, is sort of getting to know these kids and who they are. And there's almost like a love triangle thing going on where Liz really likes Ben, which I thought was, but she's too almost shy to tell him. And, he's a partier, and he has sort of had a fling with the Christie character. But Liz really likes him, and, you really get to like these kids, and you get to know them really well. And, when John Jarratt's character of Mick Taylor shows up, the whole movie completely changes in tone, but there's an ominous tone to it right from the start. John Jarratt is creepy as fuck. I've only seen him in a couple of, I've seen him in both Wolf Creeks, of course, but the only other thing I've seen him in was Django Unchained, and, he had a pretty small part in that film. But this film is very, very creepy. both Wolf Creeks they're almost like done by two different filmmakers, but that's what it feels like. But they're not, because Greg McLean wrote and directed both. But the violence in this is, I mean, there are some horrific scenes, but it's almost more of what you don't see. There's a couple of scenes that are pretty disturbing. I actually think the sequel was a little bit more over the top violence, but there are some scenes in this movie that are just, they really get to you. The head on the stick is the one that I think will always stay with me, and that's just an image and a sound and a scene that I just can't get out of my head. I really loved this film. It's a tough film to watch. It's horrendous what these poor kids go through. And I think the Mick Taylor character is one of the most sinister villains I've ever seen in a movie. If I had to rate it, I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. I actually think I like the sequel a little bit more. And that's no fault of this movie. There was just something in the sequel that got to me a little bit more. I think the thing that about the sequel that I liked better than this one is the fact that it's just one guy that's being pursued. I think that's scarier than when you're in a group of people. That's just my own personal fear of being alone and being pursued by a maniac. So maybe that's why I had more of a resonance with the second film. But yes, I think Wolf Creek is a fantastic film. If you have not seen it, be prepared, because it is not a film that is happy in any sense of the word, especially as the movie proceeds onward. It starts kind of at a happy place and gets more and more grim as it goes. But I'm so happy that I own it. I'm so happy that I gave it a second watch. It was only the second time I've seen it. But I will be watching it again. In fact, I want to watch both films back to back, because I've only watched the second one time, and I want to give it another watch. So yeah, that's my review of Wolf Creek, and I hope everyone enjoyed this review. And please share your comments and thoughts in the comment section below. I really look forward to hearing from everybody. And thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video, and stay tuned for some more. Hope everyone has a great evening. Thanks so much. Peace.